I got just a regular old-fashioned Bass Pro Shop no-name bait. I've caught a few fish on this before, but I've been itching to lay down a color pattern that I personally haven't seen out there. I want to use a combination of candy colors and some interference colors, because in my head at least, to get it to work properly, and you need typically to get that candy paint to work really well, as you need some kind of pearl or metallic base underneath. I am going to do my best to try to lay down some. I think it's going to look pretty crazy, if I do say so myself, but it's a part of an experiment, and I'm going to try out some of that candy black as well, because I've seen some cool stuff with it, and they got that murdered candy look, which I like. It's pretty slick. Yeah, now I'm really excited about this year. I really want to the Chippewa flowage, actually. It's been a beast that's been on my radar for quite some time. I know there's really good walleye fishing there, really good crappie. You can find yourself some decent muskie out there. There's a few good ones from what I hear. All wrapped up. We're gonna go ahead and do some prep work to this. Now, the secret getting good bonding to your bait, best way to get a good solid bond onto a paint job, onto plastic like this and various other metals, is you just want to use some of this red Brillo and scuff it up. Just a little rough pass, doesn't have to be too crazy. But yeah, so see, just a little something just to rough it up. You also want to come back at it with you should be using a tack rag. You know, that's if you care, you should use a tack rag. But again, this is just for me, and you know, the microfiber is good enough for me. I'm not painting somebody's car, so there you go. All right, so we got our bait all prepped up, ready to rock. I am going to get this bad boy started. So excuse the noise. I'm going to be using Autoborne Sealer White for this. I'm going to reduce it with the 4011. Mine's a little separated, so we're going to make sure we give it a good shake and for success. So let's get into this. And of course, always mask up. Oh yeah, crunchy. That's okay, I'm not going to be mad about it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pour just a touch of this into our airbrush. We're not going to need a ton of it, because the stuff covers very well, because it is a little thick. Let's give this a little mixy mix here in the cup. And there's a cool, neat little trick you can do. If you're brave, you can put your finger on the tip of the gun. You just lightly pull back on the lever there on your airbrush, and it'll mix it up a little bit for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mask on, and then we're going to turn on the fan. We're going to spray this down. That's about all we want to start with right there. On to the next coat. So the next color we're going to be using is this fluorescent red. Again, shake your paints. Always, always, always shake your paints. Shake your paints. You know what? Just shake your paints even if you're not painting. Yeah, this is going to give this just enough time to get dry to the touch, a little bit of working time. You're going to want a little bit more of this. You actually don't need to thin it out too much, just because it's already fairly thin stuff to begin with. Just a quick example, right? You can see the difference between when I sprayed on this brown paper, right? No, fairly bright. Then, totally different when you spray it on white. So that's why we do this here. So let's get into it. So just want to point something out. You'll notice that when this fluorescent paint is wet, it looks really rich and vibrant. But when it dries, it takes on a much more matte finish. And you gotta be aware of that. It's a really good built-in indicator of how the paint's doing and if it's dry or not. But remember that when you go to finish this, it's not gonna look like that. You're gonna be putting gloss over it, of course. Hey, who knows? I might mess around with some matte finishes. We'll see here. But yeah, it's really much more apparent on this side. You can just kind of see in the sheen of it. But yeah, you're gonna need a couple layers. I'd say 2 to 3 light coats of this over the white. And I'm gonna try to lay down the interference pigments or the highlight pigments. Nah, they're the same thing. Before I end this tonight, assuming everything dries in time, we'll get back at it. So, you're going to be working with, this is going to give some tooth to this fluorescent color. You go to spray the candy over it. So now this stuff's a little gnarlier to work with. Alright, gonna mix this up here. Only thing to be cautious with this stuff is you use too much of it, it can go white on you and bury your paint job. So just be cognizant of that. To be finishing off by throwing that hot rod red on top of this bait right here. So we've already got that fluorescent red down and we got the highlight red down, and you can just barely see that in the right light. Hopefully that's going to come through when we put down those candy colors, but we'll see what that turns into once we get there. So hop on in. All right, we got that hot rod sparkle red. Lob that in there. We're not going to use as much as we used of the highlight red because I only want to throw this on the top, like I said. Thin it down just a touch. Get mask on. So, here's what we got. Top of this, and this is where that candy color is going to come into play. So we're going to need to mix up a couple of things here before we get too crazy. Shake it up, drop in the lime, shake it up. There we go. Now that it is shooketh, it is ready to rock. So yeah, we're just gonna go to town on this real quick. Get to 1.5 here. Wabam. And we'll see what this reads as. Just gonna use 4 or 5 little splotches of this grabber orange because it is pretty dark itself. Yeah, there we go. That was just what it needed, I think. Yeah, it's actually pretty thinned out already, I'd say. I might actually want to put a little bit of the UVLS back into that. It's more than I need, but I'd rather have a proper ratio. So you don't want it to go too dark too quick, because that's, you can always add more paint, but you can't take the paint back off. I mean, you can, but it's a long drawn out process. I don't want to do that. Come on. Come on. Super light coats. So here's the thing, right? You're gonna be super tempted to go heavy with this stuff. And you just gotta be careful. Let's see if I can't make that show up a little better. Yeah, there you go. See how that makes all that stuff start to shine through on it? This stuff does like to dry quick though, which is nice. So we're ready for the next coat. We are putting on the final touches to this. But as you can see, with that, you're starting to see just a tonal shift in this bait. You're starting to see more subdued things come out of it inside of that scale pattern. And that is exactly what you want to get out of a candy color. This is about subtlety and getting that underlayer to really shine through and utilizing that texture where you can to make it more apparent. So that's what it's all about. We're gonna let that tack up a little bit. I'm gonna do what's called a dust off coat, where you shoot it from really far away, just to make sure everything lays down. And then I'm gonna lay down maybe 1 or 2 layers of the candy black over just the top though, just to see what that does for us, because I do want this to look cool, and I think it'll look cool. So yeah, that was just a little dust off pass to lay this down really flat, get it to be nice and even. And now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to mixing up that candy black, and we're going to put it over the top. All right. We are not going to need a ton of this. In fact, this is strictly for experimental sake. So I'm only going to mix up maybe 5 milliliters of the UVLS. Or excuse me, yeah, 5 milliliters. There we go. Then we are going to be mixing in this bad boy. So I'm gonna start off very slow with this, like even just like a couple of drops to begin with, just to see where it takes us. Yeah, see that already? Just engulfed. And I'm only gonna do it to the top. We're only looking to do that very tippity top of the bait there to really set it off. Just to get that to be a little darker, have some contrast to it, make it look nice. And we will see what she looks like. I might even do some more interference stuff over the top. I don't know, we'll see, we'll find out. All right, so that's gonna be, we're gonna leave this for now. We wanna stop right about there. We don't wanna get too crazy with this. I did wanna see what that could do. Wanted to see what that black could do to this, and I gotta say, we'll see. We'll see where this takes us, yeah? You know how we left those original eyes on there? Well, we need to get those show through again. So I'm going to show you a way to do that. You're going to put that airbrush cleaner into a little cup. You're going to use this to one of those guys real quick. So I'll show you what that looks like. Now you're just going to do one of these real quick to her. I'm just gonna go ahead and just start. You'll see it start to lift some of that off of there. So like I said, that's with the regular paint thinner. I was using the wrong stuff. That's with isopropyl alcohol. So do that. So currently, what I'm working with nowadays, still unfortunately, I want to get some of that True Coat, because I've heard some good things about it. But as you can see here, I'm working with some of that KBS Diamond, and you want to thin it with this stuff right here, the xylene. You're going to want nitro gloves. We are going to be mixing some of this stuff with this stuff after we thin it with that stuff. So let's thin it down here. Let's get a cool shot, a little slow-mo shot, a little slow-mo, high resolution slow-mo shot here.
This living steady panic. I know 'cause I tried acid. Now I see through your habits, just like gadgets. You tell me with the 2 hands, I'm too bad. Wonder what your things are like. Need me to get your bills paid. That's what you said. Well, guess I'm just too fake for that. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Though it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. You get it, just uneducated. But this so but you make it. One day, manners and respect. I'm a realist. I see your actions like an itchy clitoris. I never listen to the critics. They try to steal you from your feelings for cash. You tell me with the 2 hands, I'm too bad. Wonder what your things are like. Need me to get your bills paid. That's what you said. Well, guess I'm just too fake for that. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Though it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. Second chance, so take it till we feel demand. You never listen, think too fast. But one day you'll understand. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Though it might be hard 'cause you're uneducated. Break down, face it, breathe for a minute. I'm about to help you with your manners and respect. You get it, just uneducated. Just a little bit. But this so but you make it. One day.
Well, all right. So as you can see, and as you saw, this bad boy's ready to go. It's a little tacky still, but overnight it should firm up. I'm gonna go throw this a couple spots I want to try out tomorrow. So I'm gonna get some hooks back on it. I'm gonna wear the glove just so I don't mess it up at all. And I'm just going to grab my little pokey thing here and make sure that these hook hangers are cleared out. It's just a little pokey, guys. There you go. And this one's already pretty decent, but Give it a little extra love. All right. Let's go ahead and get these hooks on and get it in the tackle box and get it ready to go for tomorrow. Okay, so that's it. It is ready to rock. I'm gonna let this cure again overnight, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna go ahead and give it a tossy toss, see what it can do, what this new color can do, see how crazy it looks in the sun. We'll see you on the water tomorrow. We are headed to the lake. We're gonna head up the same spot I went to in the last video, just to start our day off. But I am going to be hitting some rivers, I think. I'm gonna continue off of that 3-bait challenge that I recently posted. Yeah, I didn't catch a muskie in it. Oh, big surprise. But this time, you know, I wanted to get up a little earlier and see if I can't catch one lacking. But yeah, I'm gonna throw. I brought two little treats. We'll see if it pans out. If it doesn't, no, well. If it does, but yeah, I'm gonna go get gas station. I'm gonna get gas station breakfast here. It's just Monster, and I know, healthy, right? So I can start the day. Gonna head up to the spot, and I'll see you guys there. Kadoosh. All right. Let's go ahead and get started here before all the sunlight burns this cover off. The wind really starts to pick up. Yeah, we're just gonna throw some top waters for the morning to start with. Maybe get a muskie or a pike. We'll see. Got a good feeling about this today because I, in my genius, left my tackle box with my lure that I painted in my garage. So I'm going to be forced to throw this before I can throw anything else for anything else. Yeah, we'll finish throwing this top water over this spot here, and if we don't get anything after I make this pass, we'll head on back and get re-geared, get retooled. Can't say there's a huge need to do a figure 8 when you can see the bottom here. Alright, I'd say that's about it for this one. I'm gonna throw it just because I can and I'm here, but we'll go ahead and throw that Medusa. Might as well, right? Might as well. Haven't cracked the box yet. Alright. And we're gonna be doing something a little different. Something that I learned from Robbie on Today's Angler. Now, it's not something I can do indefinitely, but I've seen him do it all day long. And that's absolutely go to town with these and ripping it in the shallows. Because as you can see, you got a pretty good fall rate on that, and you need to keep that up so you're not snagging the bottom here. So let's give it a shot. There we go. No, 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 no. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So we are gonna hang this up for now. I'm gonna cast a couple of other things I brought with me, just so I don't, you know, waste my time that I'm here. I can come back because you do gotta pay for parking, but it's for the whole day, so. No teeth marks yet. In due time, in due time. So now I did bring that last rod I had with the little Rapala on it, and a panfish rod. There we go. Finally. Oh, that's not a bad one actually. Nice hand-sized gill. Good colors on them too. Good male. Good male. Glad we actually put something on shore. Something you can see. Let's see. You look like a billium. Bye, billium. There we go. That fish was earned, that's for sure. Maybe catch one more. See what happens here. There we go. That one I sight fished. That one wasn't necessarily fair. There we go. That's a nice little female. We're gonna call this one Veronica. Oh no, Veronica! There you go, Veronica. Veronica made it. Ooh. And that's why I like using these foam style bobbers as opposed to the plastic ones, because they don't break as easy. Oh man, this wind's really jacking up my steez. All right. There we go. There. Ooh. Yeah, no, there's somebody in there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Gonna go back to the house real quick, go grab the tackle box that I left. I know exactly where it's at. Go grab it, and then I think we'll hit up a river, go to one of the parks, and if that river doesn't pan out, we'll hit up a different river. We'll probably hit this spot on the way back again. I'll be back. All right, we are at the river now. We're gonna see if we can't make something happen here. We got a little jig and a plastic tied up too. Yeah, got a decent amount of current here. Hopefully I won't lose this awesome colored lure. Yeah, got this super cool lure here. I'm really digging the paint scheme on it. That crazy black and red with that deep underlayer of that fluorescent red. I think it's very Diablo-esque. I've been playing that new Diablo and I think I may have been inspired by it. I think that's what I'll call it. Diablo Blackfire. How about that? We'll see if the fish like it as much as I do. But as always, rivers are notorious for being super snaggy, so hopefully I don't lose it. I've caught some decent smallmouth out of here, some decent walleyes up in here, but we'll see. I'm gonna be a little careful with this one. And if I'm not doing too much with it, I might switch on over to the jig in the plastic. I'm gonna fish just a little twitch stop action. The cool down that happened may have slowed the fish down a bit. Yep, that's about it. I don't want to get too crazy with it because I don't want to lose it. All right, let's go ahead and throw a jig, yeah? Jig in plastic always works, right? Ooh. Okay, I saw that. I wonder where he was. Ooh, okay, that's gonna keep me here for a second or two. Took a swipe at it. I didn't get a real good look at him, so I don't know how big he was. But I'd like to. All right, well, that's it. All right, I guess we're gonna have to go to the next spot. It's not looking good today. But we'll push on. All right, it's gonna be a little windy, a little noisy, but we're back at the spot. River spot didn't pan out, so we're gonna give this a go. Winds changed direction and ferocity, so maybe that's good news. We'll find out. Ooh, what was that? Ooh, look at what I got here. I snagged somebody else's line. Look at that. Good time. Alright, a little lesson time here for you folks. Do your best not to be this guy. Leaves a ton of line out in the water. I get it, sometimes you can't be avoided, but I mean, Jesus, what is this, 20-pound test? Freaking somebody's out here throwing 20-pound mono. Yeah, settle down. Don't even know why either. How? Huh. Still got some crawler on it. Good thing nothing grabbed that giant Mondo hook. Here's some more. Alright. Just because there's a lot of A-holes out there doesn't mean you need to be one too, alright? Throw that away later. Alright, I got one last bait I want to try. Yeah, let's see if this little doofusy little thing can get something to go. Yep, that's about it. Well, all we managed to do is those two bluegills. Sometimes that happens, but hey, guys, I appreciate you being along part of this journey. I hope you like the lure. I hope you like the Diablo Blackfire paint scheme. Let me know if you want it on a lure that you like. Once again, fish more, get on the water.